What kind of man finds out the mother of his child is in a hospital, in labor, in pain, possibly fighting for her life, and says, "Nah, I ain't pulling up"? Oh, you think I'm exaggerating? Think again. Because while Erica Mena was gasping for air, clutching her stomach, surrounded by nurses screaming, "We're losing her," the man who helped create that baby was out here posting gym selfies and pretending nothing was happening. That's not just petty. That's heartless. That's Mendeecees Harris, the same man who denied a 99.9% DNA test, called hospital receipts fake, and still thinks accountability is just a love and hip-hop reunion buzzword. Now Erica is in a hospital bed, baby on the way, life hanging by a thread. And Mendeecees? Refusing to show up. Straight up ghosted the birth of his own child. Period. So now we have to ask, was this just neglect, or something darker? Because the drama that went down inside that hospital room will leave you speechless. Buckle up, boss. We're about to expose the most cold-blooded moment in reality TV history. Let's get into it. Let's not sugarcoat it. While Erica Mena was literally hooked up to machines, fighting for her life, screaming through contractions in a cold hospital room, Mendeecees Harris, reality TV's favorite reformed man, was actively ignoring every single phone call begging him to show up. And we're not talking missed calls by accident. We're talking silence notifications, block numbers, and one cold-blooded message that said, "She'll be fine. I ain't getting dragged into more drama." Dragged? Sir, the only thing being dragged here is your reputation, across every timeline on the internet. This man built his entire redemption arc on being a changed man, a family protector, a stand-up husband. But when the moment came to actually show up for the mother of his child, he vanished. Vanished like a promo code after midnight. Now, let's rewind just a little, because the drama didn't start in that hospital room. This train wreck had been brewing for months. First, Erica announced her pregnancy. No big deal, right? Except she didn't tag anyone. Just a cryptic caption. Sometimes the truth shows up even when he doesn't. Fans started connecting the dots. Timing, locations, side eyes, and old clips, and all signs pointed to one man, Mendeecees Harris. Yes, the same Mendeecees who's been playing Husband of the Year to Yandy Smith. The same man who cried in therapy sessions on love and hip-hop talking about how he's working on himself. Well, boss, the work clearly wasn't finished. Because the receipts came rolling in like it was Amazon Prime Day. DNA test? White heavy checkmark screenshots? White heavy checkmark a full-body hotel pic of Mendeecees shirtless in Erica's bed 3 weeks before the DNA results dropped? White heavy checkmark, white heavy checkmark, white heavy checkmark, and what did Mendeecees say in response? Did he take accountability? Did he own his mistake like a grown man? Nope. He said, and I quote, "Anybody can fake a paternity test. I ain't signed nothing. I need my own results. So we fake babies now? We fake DNA clinics? We fake screenshots too? Make it make sense, Mendeecees. Or better yet, don't. Because the truth was already out there. And so was he. Out there dodging fatherhood like it was a storyline he didn't approve of in the script. Now fast forward to the courtroom drama. Erica filed legal papers. She wasn't just asking for child support. Oh no. She wanted a judge to force him to acknowledge paternity and issue a gag order against him and his team for circulating forged documents. But what happened inside that courtroom was next-level cruel. Mendeecees showed up late, sunglasses on, zero emotion. And just as her lawyer pulled out the final receipts, Erica collapsed, right there in the middle of the trial. Courtroom panic, people yelling, security rushing in, paramedics sprinting to her side. And in that moment, even the judge looked shaken. Erica was having contractions. She wasn't due for another few weeks, but the emotional trauma triggered early labor. She was stretched out of the courthouse while Mendeecees stood there, motionless. Did he ask if she was okay? Did he follow her out? Did he even blink? Sources inside the courtroom say he just sat down and said nothing. Yandy? Nowhere to be seen. The internet exploded within minutes. Hashtags started trending. Hashtag where is Mendeecees, hashtag born into betrayal, hashtag justice for Erica, hashtag heartless. But what came next pushed the scandal into hellfire mode. Once Erica was taken to the hospital, her team reportedly made 6 separate attempts to contact Mendeecees. They texted. They called. They even sent a message through his sister, hoping anyone would tell him. She's in labor. It's serious. The baby is coming. She asked for you.
And what did he say?
According to an anonymous source close to his camp, Mendeecees said, "Let her have her moment. I'm not playing into this setup, boss." The woman was literally in a hospital bed, contractions 2 minutes apart, begging for someone who once promised to be there no matter what. And his response was to call it a setup. That's not just cold, that's Arctic tundra energy. But it gets worse. While Erica was sobbing in pain, doctors trying to stabilize her vitals, baby crowning early, Mendeecees was spotted on Instagram Live cracking jokes with his homeboys, talking about sneakers and studio time. You heard that right. This man was on live, unbothered, sipping juice out of a plastic cup while his child was trying to enter the world. One fan commented, "Bro, your baby's being born right now, and you talking about Jordans?" The comment section turned into a war zone. People dragged him left and right, and when someone brought up Erica's emergency, he ended the live abruptly. Coincidence? We don't think so. Meanwhile, inside the hospital chaos, Erica was sobbing. She reportedly asked one of the nurses, "Is he really not coming?" He said he would. He said we'd do this together. And the nurse, she broke. She held Erica's hand and said, "You're stronger than you know, and your baby is lucky to have you." Let that sink in, boss. While the world was screaming for him to show up, he chose silence. While a woman carried his child through drama, depression, and public humiliation, he couldn't even show his face. And just when it seemed like he might maybe turn up, guess what? Security cameras caught a mystery man in a hoodie outside the maternity wing around 3 a.m. Pacing. Hood pulled low. Face obscured. Didn't enter. Sources at the hospital claim it was Mendeecees, but when they approached, he turned and walked away. He couldn't even walk through the doors. Now, boss, that's where it gets even more brutal, because what happens next? That's where Erica's life hangs in the balance, and Mendeecees' image finally burns to the ground. When we left off, Erica was in labor, alone in a hospital bed, sobbing and screaming through the kind of pain only a mother understands, and Mendeecees allegedly standing outside the building in a hoodie, pacing like a scared little boy before turning around and vanishing into the night. Let that image haunt you for a second. Your child is minutes away from entering the world. The mother is in agony. The room is filled with IVs, monitors flashing warnings, and the so-called father walking away. Sources say Erica's vitals began to spike around 3:45 a.m. Her blood pressure soared. Heart rate unstable. Doctors made the call. Emergency C-section. It wasn't just about the baby anymore. Erica's life was at risk. And where was Mendeecees? Not on the phone. Not in the waiting room. Not even in the building. He had told his inner circle, "If something really goes wrong, they'll call me. I ain't trying to be blamed if she loses it. If she loses it." Boss, that's what this man called a woman almost dying. Losing it. We're not talking about a petty reality TV feud anymore. We're talking about life and death. Inside that cold operating room, Erica was trembling. Doctors had to put her under anesthesia because she was hyperventilating. A nurse whispered before the lights went out, "Just focus on breathing, Mama. You're not alone. We've got you." But the truth was she was alone. Her family was on their way. Her support system shattered by betrayal. And the man who put her through all of this, on social media, trying to look unbothered. The baby was born at 4:16 a.m. Healthy, crying, breathing. A miracle. But Erica didn't wake up right away. There were complications. Blood loss. Breathing issues. And for nearly 20 terrifying minutes, the doctors worked like mad to stabilize her. One nurse later said, "It was like she was holding on just to meet her baby." And when she finally opened her eyes, the first thing she said was, "Is he here?" The nurse had to shake her head. And that's when Erica broke completely. She held her baby girl, tears rolling down her face, and said, "I brought you into this world alone, but I promise I'll never let you feel that emptiness again." Meanwhile, Mendeecees was still ghost. But the internet? Oh no, they were on fire. The hashtags were relentless. Hashtag Mendeecees against Erica, hashtag Violet born into silence. Celebrities started speaking out. One R&B legend tweeted, "You can deny a woman, but denying a newborn?
Nah.
That's evil energy." Even Yandy, who had been radio silent for weeks, suddenly posted a cryptic message. "There's strength in showing up." That's all I'll say. Fans were shook. They flooded her comments with support and speculation. One top comment said, "Sis, just say you're done. You don't owe him." Silence toward a man who ghosted a delivery room. But the real bomb dropped hours later when Erica posted her first Instagram story from the hospital bed. No filter, no glam, just her holding her baby, eyes puffy, voice raw. "To the one who didn't show up, she doesn't need you. And to the ones who've been praying for me, we made it. She's here. I'm still here. And we're stronger than ever." It went viral in 18 minutes. Blogs reposted it. Fan pages turned it into clips. Even Love and hip-hop staff reposted it with a heart emoji. But you want to know what made the public explode with rage? A leaked voice note, allegedly from Mendeecees, sent to one of his boys. "Man, I knew she was gonna pull some stunt at the hospital. That's why I ain't go. I don't trust no cameras, no setups. That baby good. She fine. Ain't nobody about to catch me slipping on TV." On TV, boss. This man literally skipped the birth of his own child because he thought Erica might film it. Let's be clear, this wasn't about safety. This wasn't about timing. This was about ego.
Control.
Saving face. Instead of showing up for blood. And the public? They were done. People started tagging VH1, demanding Mendeecees be dropped from the show.
A fan.
Petition popped up titled, "Remove him from Love and Hip Hop. Ghosting your own child ain't entertaining." It reached 75,000 signatures in 24 hours. But it didn't stop there. A hospital worker anonymously leaked an internal message log showing Mendeecees was officially listed as notified, no response. Meaning, they confirmed he was told about the emergency and he actively chose not to reply. Then came the final twist of the day. A security camera photo from the hospital's parking lot leaked. It showed a man, hoodie up, face turned, lingering outside the NICU wing, looking in through the glass, then walking away. Everyone knew who it was. Erica reposted the image to her story. No caption, just a broken heart emoji. And her next post? A video. Baby on her chest, lullaby playing in the background. Her voice whispering, "Some babies come into the world surrounded by love. Others come in learning what it feels like to be left." Cue the internet imploding. Comments flooded in. "She didn't deserve this. This baby's going to grow up and see everything. Every receipt. He ain't even a ghost. Ghosts show up." And somewhere, Mendeecees was still silent. His Instagram, comments limited, stories deleted, DMs off. But the damage was done. Because this wasn't just about cheating anymore. This wasn't about DNA tests or side chicks or leaked voicemails. This was about a child, a newborn, and a man who chose denial over duty. And boss, the fallout from this one? Oh, it's just getting started. Because next, Erica's legal team makes their move. And it's uglier than anything Love and Hip Hop has ever aired. By now, the world had seen it all. A mother fighting for her life. A healthy baby born into chaos. A father who refused to even walk through the hospital doors. But what came next wasn't just emotional. It was legal. Brutal.
Career-ending.
Because Erica's team wasn't done. Not by a long shot. Less than 48 hours after she was released from the hospital, her attorney, the same one who sat silent through months of DNA denial and media slander, came out swinging. In an exclusive press conference held outside the courthouse, he delivered a cold, calculated statement. My client nearly died bringing a child into this world. A child whose father publicly discredited her, privately ghosted her, and knowingly ignored a medical emergency. We are pursuing full legal action. This is no longer about paternity. This is about neglect, emotional distress, and defamation. And let me be very clear, we have proof. Mic dropped. Journalists were stunned. Bloggers live-streamed the moment. Fans? They went full-on digital militia. Hashtag justice for Erica, hashtag sue him now. While Erica rested quietly at home, recovering from both childbirth and betrayal, her legal team got to work. A civil suit was filed that same day, not only demanding child support official paternity acknowledgement, but also damages for psychological harm during pregnancy, slander via leaked, forged DNA documents, willful abandonment during a medical emergency, public character assassination, and boss. That wasn't even the wildest part. Because included in that suit, a subpoena request for all love and hip-hop production footage from the past 6 months.
Why?
Because, according to Erica's lawyer, Mendeecees made statements on camera, confessional style, admitting he wasn't ready for another kid. Thought she was bluffing just to get attention. Imagine saying that about a woman who ended up in an emergency C-section alone. Insiders at VH1 confirmed the footage exists. Producers? Now scrambling to figure out what they can legally air. One staffer allegedly told a source, "This is bigger than a reunion show. This is career homicide." Meanwhile, Mendeecees was in full panic mode. Sources close to his PR team say he tried to release a soft statement, something along the lines of, "We all make mistakes. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just didn't feel safe with how everything was unfolding publicly." But the team shut it down instantly. One insider said, "Too little, too late. This isn't about public opinion anymore. This is about legal consequences." Even worse, brand deals started dropping like flies. A sneaker brand quietly ended their partnership. A fitness sponsor removed all posts with his face. A podcast appearance scheduled for next week? Cancelled live on air. The host said, "We don't align with men who abandon women during childbirth." Period. And then came the biggest betrayal of all, from inside his own circle. A source claiming to be one of Mendeecees' longtime boys leaked a private group chat where he allegedly said, "I should have ghosted her the second she said she was late. Now I'm stuck with another L." The internet lost its mind. One comment read, "This man just admitted his entire game plan. And y'all still think he's reformed? Reformed where? Rikers?" Even Yandy's brother, who rarely speaks publicly, posted, "A man's character is what he does when no one's watching. My sister watched in silence for years, but now we all see it." And speaking of Yandy, she finally broke her silence. No interviews, no captions, just a black and white video. Yandy